Welcome back inside, everyone. Pete Souza alongside the Hawkeye legend, Jess Settles. Jess, Iowa has led the whole game, and that's thanks in part to the fact, or maybe in most part, to Peyton Sandford coming out, scoring 11 of their first 13 points, and just going lights out for the entire first half, 22 points.
He's got 22 points and 7 rebounds in 17 minutes, and the scouting report is you can't let him get good looks at the basket. You've got to be there on the catch.
The NIT on ESPN rolls on in Iowa City. Two contenders fighting out of the heavyweight division. Locking horns in the first round. Probably the marquee matchup of the NIT's first round. Pete Souza alongside Hawkeye legend Jess Settles. There's another Hawkeye legend in the making. Sandford, another three, his third of the night.
He's one of the top shooters in all the land. You have to be there on the catch when you're playing against number 20. And there's another block by Freeman. Both teams playing hard to start this one out.
Second block of the night by the Big Ten Freshman of the Year. Back and forth we go. R.J. Jones into the basketball game probes. Gets behind his back. McCaffrey controls. One of the leaders of this team. Sandford fading away with Carter in his face. How'd he do that?
Well, he's in a zone right now.
Here's Cam Carter. Wow. He makes Freeman miss and finishes. That's a guy who was at the top of everyone's scouting report after a red-hot January and February. Has tailed off a little bit, but surging now.
Yeah, this is what the Wildcats do. I mean, they play suffocating defense. They're physical. They put their hands up, and then they come down and make you pay. And Cam Carter, he can live above the rim. I thought he was going to go slam Carter there, but he wanted to conserve his energy. That's too open.
10-0 run for the Wildcats. 6 of those points, Day-Day Ames from deep. The lead is now 3. Dix has been quiet. Wanted the foul, didn't get it. Cricky, outstanding. To who else? Sandford. Perkins would love to get his team to the NIT Final Four, play at home in Indianapolis. Snaps it to Cricky. He says, come on, ride with me. I'll take us there. The lead is 10. Caitlin Clark has turned women's college basketball into must-see TV. You get a look at her there. Why is it must-see TV? Well, you can't get a ticket for the most part. And Jess, a huge game coming up for the entire country Saturday at 3 o'clock on ABC. The winner of UT Martin and Holy Cross will have the honors of taking on the Iowa Hawkeyes and witnessing the greatness of Caitlin Clark. You've been around Iowa basketball for a long time. Was there a moment when you thought to yourself or told someone else, whoa, we've got a generational talent here?
Well, my mom called me after her first game as a freshman. I think she had 30, and if you grew up in the state of Iowa, you know how huge women's basketball has been here for a century. It goes back to the old 6-player game, so people are really invested into it, and then she comes along, and you're like, we've never seen this before. Here's a young lady who shoots it from half court consistently. Those are bad shots for most people. The speed and the strength that she plays with, her passing is all world. She's the best shooting guard in the history of the women's game at the college level. And you can debate overall all you want, but there's never been anybody that good. Her ability to compartmentalize on game day is just unbelievable. She has to handle the media, she has to handle the fans, and if it was up to her, she would stay around after every game and hug every single young girl in the crowd. That's how much she loves those kids, and she knows what she means to the game. My youngest daughter, Julia, went to her basketball camp, and she is authentic, she's genuine, she's the real deal, and she's the best thing that ever happened to women's basketball in the state of Iowa.
Some would argue the best thing that's ever happened to women's basketball. We talked to Coach McCaffrey a little bit about it. He said he remembers Dr. J coming to Philly, Larry Bird in Boston, Michael Jordan in Chicago. The one thing those guys always did was pack arenas consistently. One of the hardest things for a player to do. She does that.
She does. I mean, tip your hat to Ann and Brent, her folks, and Blake and Colin, her brothers. Just the way that she was raised, West Des Moines Dowling High School. She's the real deal. She's going to be a great coach someday as well. I've had some great conversations with her, and she is a brilliant basketball mind. You learn something new from her every time you talk to her about hoops.
You know, you've gotten to know her a little bit, and so you know she would tell us, stop talking about me. Get back to the game. She's that type of person and player.